down here because a lot of times he's got good info, and they always ask him too, so but he's busy. All right, let's see if we can get some starters here. Hold on.
I know the starters. So Frank Lemas is point guard. Jimmy Moore at shooting guard. And then Paul Smoot. Forward. Yeah, I guess you consider guard. Killingsworth,
transfer from the state of Arkansas.
yes. And then Trevor Brown. Pete Addy.
Starting lineup.
Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello.
Test.
I can't hear you.
I can barely hear you.
I can barely hear him. It's delaying.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. There's
Barely a connection. I can kind of hear myself. It sounds like the feedback, like the, should say like, there's just all sorts.
Testing. Test 1 2.
Cut my mic. Yeah, can you still hear it?
Not really. No, I can't hear it.
Turn his mic on. Yeah, is his on still? Talk.
Testing 1 2 3.
Can you hear yourself?
No, I cannot.
Still feedback or no?
No, I just can't hear myself.
You can't hear anything.
She told me to stop saying hello.
Can you cut my headphones so I don't hear the frequency the whole time? I'll just listen to him. I'll just talk about
Welcome back inside the Morton Family Gymnasium. John Nash next to Robert Dieter. Apologize for the technical difficulties, but we should be good underway here as Serra has jumped out to a 4-0 lead over SI, 4:18 remaining in the first quarter. And Robert, a big-time atmosphere here tonight at Serra.
Well, it is the jungle game. Every Serra Padre comes out here and here's all. You actually have to get enough Serra points to come to this game. And it's huge to get like about 300 students to come out and cheer for the Serra Padres.
Well, certainly a nice turnout and a nice crowd here from SI. They know how big this game is. For Serra, they come into the contest at 5-1 in WCAL play this year. SI at 2-4, but they have won 2 of their last 3. So a potential big-time matchup this weekend for Serra against league leader St. Francis at 6-0. You don't want to overlook SI by any means.
No, you don't at all. When you win 2 out of 3, you can't guess anything. But also, a big game Friday against St. Francis. They're on a 13-game winning streak. Maybe Serra can snap it. You never know what's going to happen in WCAL.
I'm sure Coach Chuck Rapp of Serra emphasized to his kids before the game, make sure we don't overlook this Wildcats team as a turnover on the other side for Serra. The pass inside from Trevor Brown just out of the reach of Paul Smoot. So SI basketball going right to left. They're wearing their red uniforms, white lettering. Serra in their home whites, blue and yellow trim. Almost losing on the inside now. It does lose it. That's Dominic Burke the other way. Missed layup for Serra's Jake Killingsworth. It's out of bounds to Serra. Officials look like they were a little confused there. Did not see who that ball bounced off of.
And that was an easy fast break for Jake Killingsworth, but missed the layup.
Killingsworth, a 6'5 junior, moved out to California last year from the state of Arkansas. Trevor Brown now leaves it off for the starting point guard, Frank Lemos. Smoot holds above his head. Serra with 18 on the shot clock, 3:25 here left in the first quarter with a 4-0 lead. Left corner, long two-point jumper for Trevor Brown, and it's up and good. Trevor Brown has signed an offer with the University of Redlands next year. SI now the other way. Long three for Emery, the big fella, no good, tipped out, Serra controls, and it's Smoot in transition, and the layup's no good. And credit SI's Dominic Burke there for getting back on defense, making that a tough play for Smoot.
Well, Serra should be making these easy layups. Collinsworth missed one and Paul Smoot missed one, but also you can see the passing. There's been some turnovers on the Serra Padres as well. Gotta fix that here early.
Yeah, if you're a Padres fan, you certainly hope those missed layups don't come back to haunt them later. Brown, tough step back jumper, too strong. Nice box out there by Arash Porcina, allows SI to gain possession. They trail by 6, 2:45. Now inside to Porcina, layup no. Second chance opportunity, and he's fouled. He'll get to the free throw line.
They would rather him work for the free throws. Great job by Jeremiah Testa on the defense.
And if there's one advantage for this SI team, Robert, I think you'd agree, they do have a little more size on the interior. Until, of course, the freshman Jack Wilson maybe to come into the game for Serra. But as just a freshman, he's not going to see a whole lot of playing time. So if I'm the Wildcats, I want to attack the paint and see what kind of opportunities I can get there.
But you also have guys coming off the bench like Marcus Alvarez, he brings some presence. And then Lee Jones has had some great games here later in this season, taking over Frank Limos' job as being the guy. He's the point guard that shoots the ball.
Porcina makes his second. It's 6-1 Serra. Just checking into the game, Jeremiah Testa, and a loose ball in front of the SI bench results in a foul. And it's against Jack Coulter. It's going to be his first personal. SI's already racked up 14 fouls here in the first 5.5 minutes of the ball game. Lee Jones with it. Now to the right side for Testa. And Coach Rapp was quoted in the papers earlier this year saying Testa has D1 type drag speed, so we hope to see that in the open floor tonight. Lee Jones now dribbling to the far sideline. The Serra students starting to get into it. Now Warner with a second chance look, rolls around twice, goes out, and Porcina pulls down the rebound. SI getting it rolls early on here. And a foul underneath, and it's against number 22, Marcus Alvarez, the 6'5 senior, picking up his first personal. Physical inside early on.
Yeah, you can see Marcus Alvarez a little frustrated on the call by the ref.
And Stefan Nettles will check in for the first time, giving the senior Jimmy Warner his first break, and another foul underneath, and it's against Stefan Nettles, who just checked into the game. That was team foul against Serra.
That was an interesting way of fouling from SI.
Inside, out of the reach of Henry Little, and another turnover for SI. That's been a problem for Coach Reardon's squad here in the early going. A couple of missed opportunities inside, turnovers, and they've only scored 1 point through 6 minutes and change. Other side, a tough floater up and in for Jeremiah Testa. We see the speed right there. Getting down the floor, attacking early, and Serra leads by 7.
So far, Serra's defense has been on fire, only allowing 1 point.
Porcina on the right block, left-handed dribble, double team, triple team. The Serra defense collapses on the inside. Now a loose ball near half court. SI comes up with it. 10 on the shot clock. Wild shot, no good. Porcina there for the putback. Arash Porcina with 3. All 3 points for SI, and they trail 8-3. Lee Jones into the right corner. Now swung to Jeremiah Testa, and he thought about a 3, and we have a foul on the floor. And this is one of those things where I think the game is being called so tightly here at the beginning that players are going to have to adjust. and now the freshman, Jack Wilson for Serra, 6'9", ninth grader, checks into the game much to the pleasure of the Serra fans.
Yes, he is. He brings a lot of presence for the Serra Padres. A big guy, and he has a big heart as well.
And Coach Chuck Rapp very excited about his big fella as Jeremiah Testa's shot is short, and Porcina pulls down what must be his 5th or 6th rebound here in the first quarter. Coulter now off to the right side for Sadat Nezhadi. Through the legs of Porcina, on the floor is Serra's Stephon Nettles, and the Padres come the other way. And a charging foul called against Ben LaRocca as he runs over. And now we're going to have a changing call, or they stay with the charge? And it is going to be a charge against Serra there. So the 6th team foul, the next foul will put SI in the bonus. And for a team right now struggling to score the basketball, just 3 points through the first 7 minutes and 40 seconds, that's a huge advantage for SI.
Well, Serra's just got to use their defense against SI, but you got to use height if you're SI right now. You got to take advantage inside the lane against this team.
So SI can hold for the last possession, try to cut this lead to a single possession ball game. 8-3, 10 seconds on the game clock. Burke holding up top, now to Porcina, hands off to Coulter. 5, 4, into the left corner for Burke. He drives the lane, right-handed shot blocked away. Jack Wilson with the block, and Serra will take an 8-3 lead into the short break here between the first and second.
So far, I've really noticed in this game so far, turnovers have been a big key in both sides of the basketball. I mean, you can't make those simple mistakes of getting turnovers. You gotta make the right passes at the right time, and also the layups. The layups can be a huge issue for you.
Yeah, I think fair to say that Serra having some issues with maybe some jitters here in the first quarter as a big-time crowd on hand, and certainly maybe a little bit nervous through the first 8 minutes.
Well, the Serra Padres and the SI Wildcats have had this rivalry for such a long time, and it's always awesome to see it. The last time Serra lost SI was my freshman year, so that's an interesting statistic. But I remember what SI had last year, Trevor Dunbar and Danny Mahoney. That was the matchup. Well, it's different this year. It's where you got Porcina, you got Jimmy Warner, and you have Trevor Brown in this matchup.
Well, yeah, you mentioned the matchup last year. Serra victorious twice over SI at home here. The Padres won 44-40, a much higher scoring affair at SI last year, a 70-64 win for the Padres. And as you mentioned, Serra really has been playing some of their best basketball of late, has won 9 of their last 10, trying to set up a big-time WCAL battle on Friday against St. Francis if they can come out victorious. They fell to St. Francis earlier this year, but right now St. Francis is 6-0, Serra at 5-1 in the WCAL. SI at 2-4, tied with Bellarmine for 6, but everyone knows top to bottom of the WCAL, this league's going to be a competitive game night in and night out as Serra draws up a nice play off the inbounds there to free Jimmy Warren for the easy 2. 10-3, SI trailing Serra. And a foul called underneath, and that is going to result in free throws for St. Ignatius. And I believe it's going to put David Sadaznet-Hadi at the line. David, a 6-foot, 175-pound junior, and he misses right on the first. So now Serra running the other way. They want to play up-tempo. A 3 on the way. No good for Jake Killingsworth. And SI with an opportunity to cut this lead to 5 or 4 with a 3-pointer. Andrew Porcina with the only points for Serra this evening, and he's on the bench. Where will the scoring come from?
That'll be an interesting question for Serra to find out, but
a 3 up, 2 strong for Jack Coulter, and Serra will come back attacking. Lee Jones down the lane, right-handed floater off the window, up and good. Acrobatic finish there for the 5'10 junior, and Serra has their biggest lead at 9. 6:45 remaining here in the second quarter. Little going to work on the left block. Double team comes up and good off the window, +1. That was just a nice drop step inside for Henry Little. The junior will have one more free throw. Austin Wong will sub back into the game for SI. Jack Coulter will take a breather. 18 fouls against Serra with 6:37 remaining in the second quarter, and the free throw up too strong, no good for Little. Now Jones to the right side for Killingsworth, back up top to Jones. Left wing Brown, and now Jones will again initiate the offense. Serra leading by 7, 6:15 remaining here in the second quarter. Inside Jones, jump step and a tough finish on the double clutch shot. Jones with 4 straight, and Serra's leads back to 9. Burke now off for up top for Emery. And now Wong will hold the ball over the floor. SI having a difficult time in their half-court offense getting clean looks. And an offensive foul away from the ball called against Henry Little, and it'll turn over to Serra. Man-to-man defense, the staple for the Serra Padres.
yes, it has been, and that's something that Serra's going to use to their advantage. Also, you notice I said in the beginning, Lee Jones is a shooting type player. He already has 4 points in this game.
Lee Jones has provided a nice spark off the bench for Serra, who struggled to score in the first quarter, just 8 points, but they lead 14-5 now. Inside, that's Trevor Brown, and he lays it up off the window. So the senior gives the Serra Padres their first double-digit lead of the ballgame, 16-5, and now a timeout called for by SI head coach Tim Reardon. Well, this SI team, 5 points here in the first 11 minutes tonight. They have struggled to score this year with the graduation of Trevor Dunbar we talked about earlier. Of course, Dunbar not playing at Washington State, has played in 12 games in his first year in Pullman, Washington for Ernie Kent. SI averaging 12 points per game fewer this year than in 2013-2014. So certainly scoring has been an issue, but SI has been able to stay in games this year with their defense. They fell last week to St. Francis, leading the league, as you mentioned earlier, Robert, 29-25. What so far has impressed you about SI?
About SI, it's really their physicality down low, something you can notice, and also just I think their way of defense. I mean, they're only getting it 16-5 right now. That's not too bad, but SI needs to get the offense going. That's what you gotta do. You gotta take advantage of the down low.
Gonna have to get to the line and probably knock down their free throws if they're gonna want to hang around in this one. Long from the far sideline, dribbling against Jones. Up top for Burke, around the screen from Porcina. Bounce pass up top for Emery into Porcina, and a foul called underneath. And it's against, I believe, Trevor Brown. And it is against Trevor Brown. It's his first personal, 19th foul against Serra. Okay, it's second personal. Porcina, free throw on the way, up and good. So Porcina with 4. Lead cut back to 10, 5:05 remaining here in the second quarter of play. SI at 8-7, 2-4 in the WCAL. They have won 2 of their last 3. And the second one is up and no good. Lee Jones dribbling near sideline. And the pass out of the reach of Jack Wilson. SI going the other way and getting himself to the line is Dominic Burke. Nice heads-up play there on the errant pass from Lee Jones. Well, Jones has played so well here in the early portion of the second quarter. That's really the first mistake we've seen from him.
That was a good foul by Jimmy Warner.
Certainly. First free throw up, no good. Especially considering SI has struggled at the free throw line tonight, shooting below 50%.
But also Jack Wilson should have noticed that pass coming to him.
Young kid's going to take him some time to adjust at the speed the varsity game is played at. Second one up from Burke. It's a flat, no good, and he's able to get the rebound, but it's stripped away by Jeremiah Testa. Testa down the lane. Yes, +1. Jeremiah Testa showing his blazing speed again, and this time it results in a bucket plus the extra free throw. And showed nice patience there as he got down the floor, slowed up, gathered, controlled himself, and was able to take the contact. Free throw too strong, and Porcina battling Testa, and Testa comes up with it. Wilson inside, laying it up and in is Frank Lemos. And Serra leads by 14, 20-6. 4:32 remaining here in the second quarter. Left side, that's Baumbacher. First time we've seen him in the game. Now to the right wing. Shot up, no good. Wilson able to tip it to Frank Lemos. Lemos stopping, top of the three-point line. Now to Jones, right side. That's Killingsworth. Cross-court pass, three on the way for Lemos, no good, and SI able to control the rebound.
It's interesting how Frank Lemos is taking some shots here.
Wong inside to Porcino, who's at the elbow, back to the basket, kicks it back out for Wong. Wong, hesitation, right-handed floater, too strong off the window. Jack Wilson pulling it down. Transition three on the way. Killingsworth shot no good. Wilson able to get a hand on it but not gather, and SI with an opportunity to try to cut this lead to 12 or 13. And a foul on the drive. Let's see who that's against. And it's against Frank Lemos, the senior. His first personal, but 10 team fouls will result in 2 shots for St. Ignatius's Will Baumbacher. Shot is up and short. So SI unable so far to take advantage of the double bonus here early in the second quarter. Now with 3:28 remaining, they've only cashed in 2 free throws. Second one up and good, and Baumbacher cuts the lead to 13. Jones will initiate. Far sideline for Lemos, now into the corner. Alvarez back out. And Smoot will hold. Serra leading by 13, 3:05 remaining here in the second quarter. Inside drive off the window, up and good for Jeremiah Testa. He has 6, leading all scorers tonight. And a travel as the pressure right now just too much for this Wildcat team.
And SI isn't doing very well on offense. They got to make shots, and they got to stop giving away the ball.
Well, we've seen good ball movement so far from the Serra Padres. It's just been those shots on the interior that I think normally are going to fall through for this Padres team just seem to be rolling out so far tonight. Regardless, they lead by 15, 22-7. Inside, double clutch shot, no good for Marcus Alvarez, but a foul called. He'll get himself to the free throw line. It's been a tight game tonight. Whistles called against both teams. But so far, SI unable to convert at the free throw line. Serra's done a better job. Alvarez, first one up and hits nothing but net. First point of the night for Marcus Alvarez. One more on the way. Nothing but net again, and Serra has opened up this lead to a football-type score. 24-7, the Padres leading the SI Wildcats. Corsina again hits a cutting. Will Emery on the inside, up and good. And he'll get himself to the free throw line. Arash Corsina, the junior, doing a nice job finding his classmate there, slashing to the hoop. And the foul called against Marcus Alvarez, his third personal here in the first half. But again, SI unable to convert on the free throw line. Left corner, that's Frank Lemos. Now up top for Paul Smoot. And now a three on the way for Alvarez. Up and good, Marcus Alvarez, unconcerned with his three personal fouls, knocks down a triple. First one of the ball game for Serra, and now traveling on the other side of the floor. We'll give it back to the Serra Padres.
And Serra's really trying to save Trevor Brown. I think he has two personal already. You don't want to lose him just yet.
Especially in an 18-point game, no reason right now for Trevor Brown to be in the game to risk that third personal. A block on the other side, and it's going to be a jump ball as Corsina and Emery were there to get a hand on the shot from Jake Killingsworth, so the jump ball will go to St. Ignatius. Mass substitutions for SI. Stefan Nettles back into the game for Serra, taking a seat Marcus Alvarez. Coach Rapp electing to protect Alvarez from picking up a fourth personal foul here in the second quarter. Coulter trying to advance the ball into the front court. Loses it off his hand. And a forced turnover there by Frank Lemos as the ball pressure too much on Jack Coulter.
Jack Coulter is trying to be a little fancy with that ball dribbling over there.
Nettles standing on the Padres logo. His Padres leading 27-9, a minute 30 remaining here. Three on the way, up and good for Frank Lemos. Lemos with his first bucket of the game, and the Padres lead 30-9. Now the double team coming. SI trying to move the ball into the paint, and it's thrown away again. Smoot near sideline, and a foul as Henry Little was just unable to stop his momentum, and he ran right into Frank Lemos. So Lemos, who had 11 points and 3 steals against Bellarmine last week, will visit the free throw line. The starter at point guard all season long for the Serra Padres. 1-1. Up and good. 31-9. Serra leading SI. And the scary thing for SI, Coach Rapp has talked about this all year long. This may be one of his deepest teams that he's had in his tenure here at Serra. So it's not as if the bench, you get much of a relief.
No, not at all. And also something Coach Rapp loves is he loves actually the free throws, because it's something that's a big aspect of the game, something he wants to make sure Serra can make.
A three on the way from the left corner for SI, missed everything, but we have a foul underneath. And let's see if we can identify who that foul was on.
And Coach Rapp, he has no concerns with the down low for SI. He trusts Trevor Brown. He also brings in Jack Wilson to help out as well.
And the foul was against Georgie Kutsi-Gorgia, so he picks up his first personal. The free throw is missed by Henry Little on the front end or actually the double bonus, so a second one guaranteed either way. Little with one more. Second one up, and good. So SI hits double digits here with 49.3 seconds remaining in the first half. Serra with a 22-point lead. Nettles to the near sideline for Lemos. And now Lemos looking to get it inside for Smoot. Back to the basket, spins. Wild shot, no good, but there to put it back up and in is Stefan Nettles. 34-10, Serra leading SI. Coulter back to the defender trying to get it across the timeline. It's tipped, so it's not a backcourt violation. 10 left in the first half. The drive, left-handed wild shot up, no good, and a foul underneath. And it's again going to put Henry Little to the free throw line. And it's against Stefan Nettles. I believe that's his second personal. It is. So the Padres have racked up all sorts of fouls, but because they're so deep, it really hasn't seemed to affect them one way or another.
No, not at all. And having a huge lead, try to make them work for their shots. Make them work from at the free throw line. You might as well.
So Little converting on the first, has one more here with 5.3 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 34-11, Serra leading SI. Second one up and good. So Little able to knock down a pair the first time this evening. SI's been able to do that. Bounce pass into the left corner. Ball fake. Double clutch shot. Misses everything for Jake Killingsworth. But overall, a successful first half here on the Jungle game versus St. Ignatius. Serra leading 34-12 at the half. And Robert, what do you think made the difference there for Serra as they were able to open up a 22-point lead in the second quarter?
I gotta actually say, this is gonna be surprising for me. Frank Lemos with 9 points in this game. I mean, you gotta be amazed by this guy. This guy usually just really never shoots the ball. He's one of the guys that just passes it around and someone else to shoot it. But he's the guy getting the fouls. He got a three-pointer and he's getting layups. So get hit. If you get everyone involved in this offense, you win this game, and that's what Serra's been doing.
Lemos has been very impressive, as well as Lee Jones, who only scored 4 points in that second quarter, but it really seemed to get the Serra Padres going, as well as get the crowd into it.
Exactly, and a big crowd here tonight. It's a little nerve-wracking for SI. As SI's cheering section has been silent all night long because of what Serra has done.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back for the second half. 34-12, Serra leading St. Ignatius here on Prep to Prep TV. Quick break, we'll be back on Prep to Prep TV.
Recapping the scoring in the first half for the St. Ignatius Wildcats, leading scorer with 5 points, Henry Little. 4 points scored by Arash points by Will Henry and 1 point by Will Humbucker. Once again, the score for the Wildcats with 5 points, Henry Little. For the Padres of Serra Padres, leading scorer in the half with 9 points, Frank Lemos. 6 points by Trevor Brown. 6 points by Jeremiah Testa. 5 points by Marcus Alvarez. 4 points by Lee Jones. 2 points by Jimmy Ward. And 2 points by Stephon Nettles. Once again, the leading scorer of the half with 9 points, Frank Lemos. I'd like to remind you the Padres' upcoming home game is a Friday game. It was incorrectly reported in the newspapers as being Saturday. If you showed up here hoping to see the game on Saturday, you'll be walking into the crowd at Chapino. So be sure to come 24 hours earlier. That's Friday. And the Padres take on the currently league-leading Lancers of St. Francis. Entering tonight's competition, the Lancers stood at 6-0, and the Padres 5-1. So this Friday could possibly be a showdown for first place in the WCAL. We know you've been waiting for the wonderful halftime entertainment. Unfortunately, there is none. But it's a great time to head on out to the lobby. Check out the concession stand for the 11th year in a row, named the best snack stand in the WCAL. You know, most of you came out for some great hoops, but I'm sure some of you came out for the great food. So now is the time. Don't miss any of the action in the second half. Head on out to the concession stand. Now is your chance. Correction, there is halftime entertainment.
back here at the half. Serra leading SI 34-12. And the story through the first half, really the man-to-man pressure defense for Serra and creating opportunities in transition.
And it has been mostly because of Frank Lemos and Lee Jones have been leading the way in that department. But also Killingsworth getting involved. One guy that you're going to see more of is probably Trevor Brown. But he's probably going to be getting a lot of fouls in this game. I've seen him foul out before. Not fun for him. It was against Sacred Heart last time he fouled out. But you got to be careful about the fouls for Serra still, because that's how they can take advantage of the free throws.
Certainly the one positive for Serra with the foul situation is they are up by 22, so that helps out a little bit. Was not able to take advantage of the free throw opportunities in the first half. But I'm not sure that's something you even have to talk about in the locker room. I mean, kids on SI know that they've got to knock down their free throws. Instead, it's going to be how to get some more easy looks for SI inside. When they did have success, it came on the behalf of Arash Porcina and Will Emery, along with Henry Little, battling the interior against the Serra Bigs. Third quarter set to start. SI trailing Serra 34-12. The number 2 ranked CCS team, according to Prep to Prep, the Serra Padres, and they will match up with the number 1 ranked team, St. Francis, on Friday. And before we can even start play, we have a foul against SI, Jack Coulter. I was thrown up there because the SI students were chanting, "You can't do that." But the foul was against SI.
You know, SI needs something going for that cheering section. They've been silent all night.
34-12, 7:50 remaining. Turnaround right-handed jump hook up and good for Trevor Brown. So Serra picking up where they left off at the end of the second quarter. They lead by 24. Near sideline, Burke drives baseline, bounce pass to the left side. Coulter ball fake, and it results in a kick from Frank Lemos, and it'll be the first personal. Check that, second personal against Lemos, the first team foul here in the second half against Serra.
Team foul in the second half.
And we pick up again with a lot of fouls here in the early going of the third quarter. Coulter handoff to Burke. Burke trying to penetrate, double team comes, now picks it back up, kicks out for Wong, a 3 on the way, up and good. First triple of the evening for SI, and it's thanks to Justin Wong. SI down by 21. Lemos to the right elbow for Smoot, back out to Lemos, and now to the left side for Warrior. They're trying to get Jimmy Warrior off a screen right now to use his deadly shooting, and now they got him. Catch and shoot on the right side, too strong. And Serra able to track it down the corner, off the hand, however, of Jake Killingsworth. And now a correction, the officials have changed the call. It will be Serra basketball in front of the Serra bench. Killingsworth looking to inbound. Into Lemos. Lemos running this Serra offense has provided a scoring punch here with 9 points, but he's off the mark there. Now in transition, Coulter dribbling in front of the SI bench. Double team comes, Wong wide open 3, up and good. That's the guy you don't want to leave open if you're Serra. Back-to-back threes for Justin Wong, and a foul in the backcourt called against Jake Coulter. And I believe that's his third personal. Scoreboard here not showing the fouls, but by my count, that's 3. SI coming out with a little more constructed offense, finding opportunities on the perimeter. They have the lead down to 18. Serra basketball moving right to left. Trevor Brown on the block, now into the left corner. 3 ball on the way, no good for Smoot. Second chance opportunity there for Killingsworth, and it's no good. Tip back out. Lemos has it for Serra. Inside, blocked away by Will Emery, and a foul underneath. And I believe it's against Paul Smoot. And it's Smoot's second personal, the second team foul against Serra. So interesting portion of this game. If SI wants to get back into it, they've got to begin chipping away at this lead. They trailed by 22 at the half, down to 18 with 5.5 to go here in the third quarter. Long down the lane, showing some confidence. Left-handed layup too strong, and now Serra will run. Scoring it near the timeline, Frank Lemos, and now a timeout by head coach Chuck Rapp. A 30-second timeout to talk about Serra controlling this game a little bit more.
So they need to get their offense going. I mean, SI is, I think, could come back in this one eventually. They bring it down to 18 points. Serra obviously with a huge lead, but need to get the offense going.
And during this timeout, we see Arash Porsuna coming out of the locker room for SI with ice wrapped around his ankle as he walks gingerly to the bench. So that would be a big loss for SI. He was very active in the first quarter, controlling the boards for the Wildcats. And if he's unable to go, which at this point we don't want to make any judgments, but it certainly looks like he's going to be out for the remainder of this game, just judging by the he looks to be in right now. Unfortunate loss for SI, as it looked to be early on, the one advantage they were going to have was on the interior. Out of the timeout, Frank Lemos controls the ball for Serra. 36-18. Serra leading SI. Right to Trevor Brown. Kicks it out for Killingsworth. Ball fake. Into the paint. Bounce pass for Jimmy Warner, and he lays it up off the window and in. And the Padres have been able to develop this 20-point lead without much in the way from their leading scorer, Jimmy Ward. Just 4 points. Into the left corner for Jack Coulter. Coulter loses his dribble, being pressured, and now fouled by Ward as the 5-second call neared. And now checking into the game for the first time, Sean Hennessy for SI. And back in is Henry Little. Point advantage for Serra here. 4:48 remaining in the third quarter. Sabatnes Hadi handing off for Burke. Burke trying to dribble down the lane, loses it out of bounds, and it's to Serra. Early on for SI when they got their 2 open 3 opportunities. There were multiple passes on the perimeter moving that Serra man-to-man defense. The last couple possessions, the offense has become much more stagnant with different isolations that have not allowed SI to get themselves some good looks.
And SI's only allowed 2 points with their defense so far this quarter.
Certainly, defense much improved. Layup up and no good. Second chance opportunity, a foul from behind by Sean Hennessy. Will get Trevor Brown to the line. And Trevor Brown only standing at 6'3", shorter than the trees inside, but he has been very active on the boards, providing SI with second chance opportunities as his first free throw's up and good. Next year we'll go on to continue to play basketball. You figure probably not play 4 at Redlands, maybe more of a 3, but his game will certainly translate nicely to the SCIAC.
And he has 2 years of experience at the varsity level and a returning star with Jimmy Ward.
Bounce pass inside, a spin move kicked out for Hennessy down the lane, right-handed floater, no, and a charge called. Nice job there by Paul Smoot to step into the lane, take the contact, and hold his ground. 40-18, 4:07 remaining here in the third quarter. SI looking to improve to 8-8. And as Serra coming into the contest at 13-3, 5-1 in the WCAL, currently riding a 4-game win streak. Looking to run that conference record to 6-1. These Padres currently ranked 12th in Prep to Prep Harold Ben's top 25 NorCal rankings, and we've certainly seen why against Justin Wong as Frank Lemos tried to advance the ball into the front court. 16th foul against SI here. Issue for Serra the first half early on, and this half it's been an issue for SI. Loose ball left off for Trevor Brown. He's away with the handoff going in. 42-18. SI trailing Serra. The jungle game so far a huge success for the Serra Padres.
Yes, it has been, and it's also been a huge crowd here tonight as well.
Burke, free throw line jumper, off the mark. Serra pulling it down. Nice rebound there by Kelly. Serra really starting to open this one up. A 26-point advantage with 3:13 remaining in the third quarter.
So far what Serra's got to do here, just keep offensive tempo going and just keep on playing shutdown defense against SI.
We're taking a look at the Serra basketball team. Serra will take on St. Francis on Friday night here, January 30th. They will on February 4th to take on Reardon, 7:30 tip. Then they will go on the road for their final 2 road games in WCAL play at Bellarmine on February 14th, Valentine's Day night, and at St. Ignatius, the return game, February 18th at 7:30. And they will round out their WCAL slate with Valley Christian at 7:30, February 21st, right here in the Morton Family Gymnasium. So the second round of WCAL games to begin this Friday night with probably the biggest game of the year for Serra thus far against St. Francis. And expect another sellout here inside the Morton Family Gymnasium again this week. SI basketball, they trail by 26, 3:05. Pass inside, knocked away, and again, Serra on the run. Jimmy Warrior far sideline. Trevor Brown leaves it off for Warrior, and Warrior is right-handed with this layup, no good. And Warrior tried to pick the pocket of Sean Hennessy right here in front of the scores table, unable to do so. SI will maintain. Hurd trying to advance the ball for SI. Tough man-to-man defense as we've seen all night from the Serra Padres. Burke trying to loft it up inside for Will Emery, stolen away by Killingsworth. And now Killingsworth will hold just in front of the Serra student section. Lemos inside, knocked away from behind, but a foul called against John Peter Vaganas, and it'll be his first personal. And Vaganas will step out of the game in a moment. Back in will be Justin Wong. And to the free throw line will be Frank Lemos, the point guard, looking for double digits here with 2:28 remaining in the third quarter. Lemos gets the first one to rattle home. And Lee Jones waiting at the scores table to check in. He will do so if Lemos is able to convert here on the second. 10 points for Frank Lemos. Second one up and good, and Lemos will come out of the ball game. Look at Lee
Yes, Lee Jones has been a guy that has the speed and momentum, but he's also, I have to say, when Frank Lemos leaves this team, Lee Jones is going to be a terrific floor general as a starter. But Lee Jones has gotten so many minutes, you feel like he is a starter out there.
As Jones able there to draw the double team and create the turnover for Serra. And now an offensive foul underneath. And it's going to be against Lee Jones. So Serra's lead at 28, 2:13 remaining here in the third quarter. Wong walking it up the floor for SI. Far sideline, inside pass there, and a dunk by Emery, but it will not count. Emery foul on the opportunity. Correction, only 5 team fouls against Serra, so this time we'll take the ball out underneath the hoop. Archbishop Reardon at the half taking on Sacred Heart Cathedral this evening. They lead 24-18 up in San Francisco. That's the only other WCAL score right now that's being reported. Lee Jones steps on the far sideline asking for a foul to be called on Brooks, but regardless, the turnover against Serra, coming back into the game as a freshman. Jack Wilson, that looked pretty good at the first.
Yes, he did, but he brings them. He's more the defensive guy right now. I can't wait to see him as a sophomore, and he's just going to keep on developing as he goes. And Coach Rapp, I think, makes a smart decision with bringing on Jack Wilson.
3 up and good for SI's David Sadat, and that's his first 3 of the game, his first points of the game. And SI has kept the lead to 21. Or pardon me, that's actually 25 as the ball is lost off the knee of Jack Wilson and out across the baseline back to SI. Well, Wilson, a guy maybe that can progress over the course of the season and come playoff time, may be able to give you 5, 6, 7 minutes in a big-time playoff game. I think that's the hope for head coach Chuck Rapp. A kid the size of 6'9", 6'10", can go up against some of the top big interior players in the WCAL and in the CCS. SI trying to deal with the Serra. Burke with the left hand into the paint, knocked to the floor, and it's going to be a block against Serra's Georgie Kutsi Georges. Kutsi Georges, his second personal foul. 16th foul against Serra, so one more will put SI in the bonus. 57.8 seconds remaining here in the third. 46-21. Likely won their record. And good for David Sadat. Jones with 4 points thus far this evening. Front end of the 1-and-1, up and good. 24-point lead for SI, 41.2 seconds. And maybe some people coming out to the game tonight had a question. Serra maybe overlook SI as look ahead to St. Francis, but no question it's not an issue tonight for Serra.
No, not at all. You gotta be ready for St. Francis. Last time they played each other, it was they lost by I believe either 9 or 11 points. But it's gonna be either way. It's gonna be a tough game for Serra against St. Francis here at home. But that could decide who wins the WCAL.
Cole Galley into the game first time, and the pass out of the reach of Lee Jones and right into the scores table right near us here, Robert. You had me protected, right?
Yes, I did have you protected. No matter what situation happened there with the ball, you're fine.
You're the true athlete of this broadcasting tandem.
Yes, I am. I hope I am. I hope that gets the job done, but we did get a little distracted by the ball here as the clock needs to be changed.
Miles Todzo about to check in for Serra for the first time, 5'11" junior. And something that Coach Chuck Rapp really emphasized in the preseason was the amount of guys he can bring off the bench without really having a fall off from the starting five. He's very proud to have a guys 1 through 15 who can play tough basketball. This team gets 7-second differential, 30 on the game clock. Shot by Burke, off the back iron, no good, and rebound pulled down by Marcus Alvarez. Alvarez into the front court, and he'll leave it off for Jeremiah Testa. Burke comes off the bit foul as he tries to take it inside. It's foul beyond the floor. It's all Dominic Burke. And Sean Hennessy. The 6'1", 205-pound senior. 13.8 remaining. Second one rolls off. Now pushing it ahead is Todzo, and the pass is at the feet of Cole Galley. Now coming the other way. Wong will tee up the three. Up and good. Wong with his third three of the quarter. And Serra gives up 4 points there in the final 12 seconds as SI able to cut it to 20. Probably not going to be a game changer, but if you're a Serra fan, you'd like to see the Padres finish the quarter a little bit cleaner.
Yes, you do. Got a little sloppy there towards the end, but Serra so far, you got a 20-point lead. Just keep that 20-point lead. You know, you got to learn how to finish. Some teams really don't know how to do that. You got to learn how to finish out a game. Slowly but surely wins the race. That's what you got to do in this game.
And we've talked earlier in the broadcast about this being kind of a banner year for Serra basketball. Earlier this season went down, defeated Mitty on the road last Wednesday. 46-43 is their first win at Mitty since 2004. So that was a big win. What do you think, Robert, that did for this basketball team's confidence level moving forward in WCAL play?
Oh, it brought up a lot of confidence. But also, let's talk about the one guy that's been giving Serra trouble for the last couple of years. It was Aaron Gordon for a while, but now he's been gone out of the league. Then he's lost some of their top guys in the last couple of years, and Serra's just getting the talent as they go. The reason why this team is going to become I think they have the potential to win WCAL. Yeah, they saw St. Francis. So the reason why you have two guys returning to the starting, two returners to that starting five, and three guys that have been coming off the bench mostly of last season, just being the sixth man.
Certainly a lot of depth on this Serra team. Will settle in here for the final 8 minutes, 47-27. SI trailing Serra here at the Morton Family Gymnasium. Into the right corner, three up, short for SI, and now Serra gathering the rebound will come the other way. Into the left corner. Hesitation dribble, inside for Nettles, right-handed shot, no, and it's off the mark, no good. Foul called underneath, and it'll get Stephon Nettles to the line. 7:33 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Serra looking to run their record to 6-1 as Nettles' free throw is up and good. Third point of the evening for Stefan Nettles. Second one on the way, rolls out, and the rebound is collected by Paul Smoot, and Serra can hold and run the clock here. 25. Now back up top, Trevor Brown. Inside to Smoot. Ward at the left elbow, kicks it out. Brown three on the way, barely nicks the rim, and it's pulled down by Dominic Burke. Burke top of the three-point line. Bounce pass inside for Little. Turnaround, right-handed shot, too strong. And Serra will slow it down as Jimmy Ward will walk it across the half. Into Brown, back to Lemos in the left corner. Now he posts Brown, back to the basket. Turnaround, all the way, goes all the way out though. Second chance opportunity there for Nettles, no, and Serra comes up with another offensive rebound. But for SI, it's frustrating. Stop after stop, but unable to clean the glass.
They're not getting the ball very easily. I mean, Serra's fighting for that ball.
Nettles, good ball movement from Serra to the left corner for Lemos. Now Lemos, double clutch shot, misses everything, and the rebound pulled down by Will Emery. Burke, who's been handling the ball here much better in the second half. Unfortunately there for Burke, rifles it off the hands of Will Emery into the crowd on the far sideline. Much to the pleasure of the SI student section sitting to our right. Lemos walking it across. 5:55 remaining. 27. Serra looking to close out the first half of the WCAL season with a win. Brown, double teamed, right-handed jump hook up and good. Brown showing while he'll be playing ball in 2015-2016. Down the lane, Emery gathers, misses, too strong off the window, and Serra again will walk it across the floor. Lemos showing his ball handling skills, gets it off to Brown, now resets to the right side for Smoot. Lemos, pull up 10-footer, off back iron. Holter pulling it down and will slow at half court. Now steps into a three. Up and good, Jack Holter. And his three cut the lead to 20. And for SI, able to get the three ball point a little bit here in the second half and actually outscored Serra by 2 points. Just a little bit too late for the Wildcats.
Yes, it is. If the Wildcats got something going early in the first half, this would have been a way different story, but Serra came out firing in the first half, but I mean, all Serra has to do at this point, as I said, just close out this game, take it inch by inch. You still got 5 minutes left on the clock. Don't slack off. Don't let them come back in this game. Also, something else. SI, I mean, these guys make great stops, but they seem not to get the ball. The ball just doesn't go their way.
Serra has done a nice job here in the fourth quarter of making a concerted effort to slow the tempo a little bit and allow the clock to run as they have led by 20 the majority of the second half. 5:04 remaining, Serra 30, SI 30. Looking ahead for SI, they will open up the second half of league play with Midi at home on Saturday. Then they play their longtime crosstown rival Sacred Heart Cathedral on February 4th. They travel to Riga on the 7th at St. Francis, the league leader on the 11th, and then close out with Valley Christian, Serra, and at Bellarmine to close out WCAL play. able to get to the inside. Brown with the ball fake. No good, but he was fouled on the inside by Henry. Ball fake got little up in the air. There's nothing to do about it as Brown gets himself to the line.
Trevor Brown is having a great night tonight, rebounding-wise and getting the points. Redlands should be impressed by tonight's performance.
That's one he'll want to forget.
Oh, well, the air ball right there, yeah, you want to forget about that.
But aside from that, Brown has done a very nice job tonight. And you know that's not going to phase him here with one more coming. Second one, up and good. That's what you want to see from your seamer.
You got to make it up.
The pass there out of the reach from Will Emery, and it will go to Serra. (51-30), Serra leading, 4:52 remaining in the contest. Trying to get it in, and now we have a stoppage with a foul underneath, and it's against St. Ignatius. It's against Eddie Hagan for a hold, and it will put Frank Lemos back to the line. The only double-digit scorer tonight for Serra. Lemos' first free throw off the front of the iron, back iron it out. One more for Frank Lemos. 10 points on the night. And his second one is no good. Pulled down there by Will Emery. Poulter being watched by Jimmy Warder. Poulter bounce pass to the right corner. Emery ball fake, gets his defender up in the air, drives inside too strong. Second chance opportunity up and good for David Sadat. And Serra's lead has been cut to 19. 4:30 remaining in the contest. Ball knocked it out of bounds, and they'll stay with Serra on the left baseline. Checking back into the game, Jeremiah Testa for Frank Lemos. John Nash alongside Robert Beater here inside the Morton Family Gymnasium. Serra and St. Ignatius basketball here on Prep to Prep TV. Glad to have you along as SI trails Serra 51-32. Nettles terminates his dribble at the free throw line. Kicks it back for Killingsworth, and the shot up and no good. And now a turnover in the backcourt for SI. Nettles leaves it off for Testa, and his shot up and good. Jeremiah Testa with 8 and has shown some acrobatic moves on the inside to really earn those 8 points. 3:45 remaining, 53-32. Follow-away shot off the mark, no good for Eddie Hagan, and now Serra will be again content to run the clock. Left corner, Testa, he wants to attack. Shot no good, tipped by Brown. And Serra comes up with the Testa, somehow able to track down his own miss.
Serra just, you gotta slow it down here, but Serra just keeps on fighting for that ball no matter what. Doesn't matter the size difference, you can get that ball.
Brown to the left side, and a 3 on the way from Warrior. Shot no good. Was the foul on the shot or underneath? And it was underneath. They're going to put Jeremiah Testa at the line. Testa with 8 points so far this evening will shoot 2 free throws. Now, part of it's actually going to be Stefan Nettles. And Nettles' first free throws. Testa was certainly okay to shoot free throws.
Yeah, he would have been, but Stefan goes up there and makes the first one. But what was something interesting for Serra that they haven't really mentioned was Paul Smith torn ACL last season. Didn't really know what was going to happen. You know, he's limited minutes, but he's been playing a lot as well. Jeremiah Testa usually comes in for him, but I have to give credit to Paul Smith to come off a torn ACL injury.
Absolutely. Torn ACL, one of those injuries, you just don't know how people are going to bounce back from that. Glad that Smoot was able to do that so well. Looked good tonight, certainly. Far sideline for SI. That's Henry Little back to the basket. Being watched by the freshman, Jack Wilson. Sadat down the lane. Right-handed scoop shot, no good. And Sarah run the other way. Spin move inside, and that's going to be a travel called against Jake. More substitutions for Georgia's back into the ball game. Lee Jones into the contest. And Marcus Alvarez walked out onto the ball game, so he'll return to the sports check the next opportunity.
Assistant Coach Sigoni and I tell him, hey, you gotta come back here.
Thomas O'Halloran into the game for the first time, pardon me, for SI, and the ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wildcats. Alvarez and Jimmy Ward will come out of the game. Inside now, I believe that's Little. Shot up, no good. And he'll get back to the stripe one more.
Jimmy Ward coming out of this game, he only had 4 points. So that's how he shut down Jimmy Ward, but not much of Trevor Brown. Trevor Brown had a big night.
Free throw up there, good for Henry Little, and good credit to Henry Little. He's done a nice job banging with the bigs of Serra on the interior. Just hasn't quite been enough for the Wildcats to really make this a contest. Second one up and good, no good. And Wilson pulling it down for Serra. Don't have the official stats, but Wilson at least with 5 or 6 rebounds tonight as Lee Jones calls timeout as the SI trap catches him without any help right here in front of the scores table. So 2:05 remaining, 55-33. Serra leading SI here in the fourth quarter of this WCAL. Closing out the first round of matchups for the season. And how have you seen Robert beginning of WCL now?
I would probably have to say offensively. Offensively, they've looked a lot better, and coming in, I mean, they have scored over 70 points against Bellarmine last game, and they only allowed Bellarmine 55 points in that one. So I thought that was very interesting to notice. And also, they've had some close wins on the road. You can tell they beat Mitty 46-43, and they also had another close victory as well. So they've had a couple, but I think the good start off of the season was against Valley Christian, getting a big win down there.
Yeah, only 3 losses for the Serra team this season, and they've come against very formidable opponents. St. Francis right now ranked number 1. Defeated Bishop O'Dowd in a scrimmage prior to the season, so De La Salle certainly a team to be reckoned with in NCS. Always have the top programs in Southern California, so good losses if you want to say that for Serra, and you expect them to be there right at the end of CCS, WCAL, and maybe a NorCal playoff final at the end of the year.
I'd love to see a matchup like Bishop O'Dowd and De La Salle go out in a real game, though. Not a scrimmage, but a real game.
Certainly, Bishop O'Dowd, a team that's the top team talent-wise in Northern California. We both had a chance to see them play earlier this year. They are loaded. Ivan Rabb, one of the top players in the country. Harris Austin, 44 points the other night. They're a team that, if you have the opportunity to maybe play Division I or Open in the NorCal Finals, I think I'll take Division I because Bishop O'Dowd will be tough to knock off.
A year ago, Serra was in the state championships, and if they wouldn't have beat Folsom, they would have had to play against, I believe it was St. John Bosco. Yes, it was, and they lost by 1. I think this year it's a lot different for the Serra Padres. I think this is a different team to look out for.
Georgie Kutsi Gorgeous at the line for one more. Knocked down the first free throw. The second one is up and good. So he has 2. Serra's lead is at 22. Penetrating inside for SI is Will Baumbacher, and he will get himself to the free throw line. We don't have the official numbers in front of us, but there have been a lot of free throws taken in this contest. Both teams in the first half as well as the second half. First one up and good for Baumbacher. Now 2 for 3 at the line tonight. One more on the way, and it's up and good. For SI, knocks down the free throw. 20-point advantage for Serra as the Padres will try to run the clock here with a minute and a half left. Kutsi Gorgeous down the lane. He lays it in off the window. And Georgie with 6 points here late in the fourth quarter, and now a foul on the other side, and we'll have free throws again for SI.
So SI, I mean, he's just going to the free throw line, but that's been about it. Serra's been actually getting a lot of fouls. That's been very interesting. If SI was close in this game, let's just think about all the fouls Serra had, and SI could have had a big chance of getting back into this game because of free throws.
Yeah, they were able to knock down the perimeter shots. No 3 triples in the third quarter. Just wasn't enough that SI was never able to click at the free throw line tonight. But certainly, I would imagine this game is a little bit closer in San Francisco when you get there on the home court of the Wildcats. It would be a tough matchup for SI, but I expect it to be a little bit closer on the friendly rims for SI.
What you gotta love about this game is the Serra victory. Serra will remain undefeated at home in the WCAL, and they will go to take on St. Francis at home. I think that's going to be huge. Home court advantage for the Serra Padres has been big.
Undefeated at home period, 5-0 in 2014-2015 for Serra. And a steal from behind for Serra as the crowd starting to get into the doors. They can spell victory in the 2015 edition of the Jungle Game. And again to the free throw line. This time for Galley. A junior standing at 29.8 seconds remaining on this one. 59-38. Serra leading SI. Free throw up too strong. One for Galley. Second one is up. Into tomorrow's newspaper with that point. 60-38, 25 seconds remaining. And a steal for Serra on the interior. This will allow them to run it out. Instead, though, a foul in the backcourt by Sean Hennessy. So Miles Todd's over the line for Serra. 5'11". And the first one up and good. 61-38. Serra leading. Reminder, St. Francis and Serra on Prep to Prep TV this Friday. 7:30 tip-off to take over first place in the WCAL. 3 on the way for SI, no good. Wilson pulls down the rebound, and Serra's going to run this one out. 60-38 over St. Ignatius on jump here in San Mateo. And Robert, Serra, impressive start to finish tonight.
Yes, it was. Serra getting another jungle game victory. Remember the last time was 3 years ago. My freshman year they lost, but now the last 3 straight years it has been Serra winning the jungle game. And this is the biggest Padres I've seen it happen. So congratulations to Serra Padres. This is a team I believe could go all the way. The only team in their way is the St. Francis Lancers, who are coming Friday night. That is going to be a huge game for Serra, especially with home advantage. But over SI, they have this game controlled.
Right, watch it right here on Prep to Prep TV. Friday, 7:30 against Ignatius to take over first place in the WCAL. Ignatius tonight falling to 8-8, 2-5 in the WCAL. The Serra Padres improving to 14-3, 6-1 in a 5-game win streak for the Padres as they're victorious again tonight, 62-38. For Robert Deere, this has been John Nash. Thanks for joining us here in San Mateo. You've been watching Prep to Prep TV. So long.
Showdown.